us, and I want to go ahead. You usually give us the definitions. I'm going to give us the
There we
definition of
go.
overstimulation means and what it is. Overstimulation happens when your brain is exposed to more input than it can properly process. And that's screens, notifications, noise, deadlines, stress, and constant decision making. So from a medical perspective, what is happening in our body when
Cortisol. They cortisol, right?
cortisol
Yeah.
stays elevated too long? And you can lead with, what is cortisol?
Yeah. So cortisol is basically a hormone that's made by our bodies that
Okay.
helps us basically with our fight or flight response. So we've all heard of that. So when we are in a situation that we need to, have our senses heightened or more aware, then our body produces a hormone called cortisol. And so we all need it. It's something that, we have to have in our bodies to function appropriately. But like anything else, too much of it can have some, deleterious effects. And so I think I remember seeing those commercials where they used to say, cortisol was like the belly fat hormone, and that's because it can sometimes, if we have too much of it, can cause us to like store fat too much. And it's usually that belly fat,
Mm.
that we talk about, and that can be very harmful. So, that's basically what cortisol is. It's that hormone that, it's fight or flight. It gets us ready to move and to go and to do the things that we need to do.
Mm-hmm. And so what if I'm a very practical person. So what you're saying is like that excitement that we have, or that jolt of energy, we're in a constant state of feeling that way all the time. Not just, we're always in a constant state of fight or flight.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, so with everything, yeah,
Anxiety.
everything coming at us, it's like, how
Mhm.
can we not, like you said, but I'm glad you mentioned, it's not just, in our day and age, we think about screens, we think about, being on our phones all the time, or our iPads or computer screens, but it's anything, like you said, constant decision making. So, it could be just your work and what you do all the time, and you having to be that person that makes those, stressful decisions, and it's always coming at you. And so it's not just in the form of a screen, it could just be in the form of our everyday lives. So again, people, and I think we've preached on, 10 toes down, it's like, take a vacation, get a step away from things. And it's because of this fight or flight, it's because of this overstimulation that we're always just, I got to do something, and all that kind of stuff.